I ain't hear you.
Trying to save a parking space for you.
Mommy, I was saving you a spot.
All this here parking up here.
It's all right. Hi, Mr. Cooper. How are you? Good. Hi there. I'm fine. How are you? How are you living? I'm not living. My back is fine. No. Rock. My head is cool. Fine as stuff.
Yeah. Is anybody coming?
On down. Yes. I know I one day and I looked that way, I have no idea. You can sit out here or you can sit in there, whichever.
Okay, thank you.
Just taking pictures. I thought you was just standing there. Just be comfortable. It was so good. All speaking all the rest of it. Not the way the other days. I am. What is your?
You might be Christopher, I don't know.
Yes, he is. Christopher and Trey on the same night.
He might be Christopher.
Yeah, that is Christopher.
Yeah, that is.
Where?
Going down the line.
That's what she said.
Down that way.
He's graduating? No, he's just here.
No, the
He's
pastor.
in the ninth grade.
Dang.
Well, I thought some was supposed to be starting at
On Jesus, woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Woke up this morning with my mind. It was stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, I'm singing and praying with my mind stayed on Jesus. Singing and praying with my mind stayed on Jesus. Singing and praying with my mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, it ain't no harm to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. Ain't no harm to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. Ain't no harm to keep your mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 We're going to have reading, a scripture reading by Mrs. Oh, by the young people.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye men. Serve the Lord with gladness.
There was a job to be done, and they came right on up and did it. I thank you. I'm so proud of you. God loves you, and so do we. Okay. At this time, I'd like to present to you, I'd like to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies for today. She's a member of the Burnett Baptist Church. She has been for a number of years. She's a mother of a lovely daughter. She teaches at Grayling Elementary Special Education School. She's a member of the Burnett Baptist Scholarship Committee. She's saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. She's a wonderful person. She has a wonderful personality. She knows how to greet people. She makes you feel comfortable, and you can see the love just blooming out all over when you see her. I'd like to present to some and introduce to others Miss Dina Graham. Let's give her a big hand as she comes.
Thank Ms. Jackson for that warm introduction. Good afternoon, Burnett. I am happy to be a part of an important occasion in honoring our graduates both on the high school level and college level. We're not going to prolong the program. We're going to get started. We're going to have the occasion by Sister Alice Glover.
Giving all honor and praises to my Lord and Savior, to our pastor, the Reverend Dr. James Allen Caldwell in his absence, our assistant pastor, the Reverend Nathaniel Caldwell in his absence, to the officers, members, friends, and you, my father's children. We first of all like to thank you for coming out this afternoon and welcome you to this, the scholarships celebration of our high school and college graduates. We've all heard the expression that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Never before in the history of the world has this been more true than it is today. Education is a necessity. We used to think that if we could just get a high school diploma or get our kids through high school, that they had the tools they need to make it. But in this highly technological world that we live in today, we know that that just doesn't cut it anymore. They've got to go further. They've got to do more. Now, we're not saying that everybody has to get a college degree, because college is not for everybody. But we say to our young people in particular, you've got to go out and learn a skill and learn it well enough so that you become a happy, productive, contributing member to society, and so that you can earn a living to take care of yourself and any family that you might have. There are all kinds of perils out there. We know that there are going to be times when the going is going to get tough. But we want you to know that the Scholarship Committee in particular, the Burnett Baptist Church in general, we are all here. We are all concerned about your future. We all know that as the youth of the day goes, so goes the world of tomorrow. We want to be sources of help, inspiration, encouragement, spiritual, moral, and financial backing. The main goal of the Scholarship Committee is to assist with your financial needs through scholarships and loans to colleges, universities, and vocational schools. There's another old expression that says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I've heard a B part to that says, you can send a fool to school, but you can't make him think. So we say to you young people, don't be foolish. Think. Remember, God is waiting for you within you. Do what our great-grands did. Stay connected. Focus on what they knew, that God is the ability beyond our ability. We are a people who have refused to die. Look back and remember who you are and whose you are, and you will have the faith and courage necessary to create the magnificent tomorrows that you and our people so richly deserve. When things get tough, take a leap of faith, and God, give the weight to God, and live the legacy to plan, work, and trust. Thy will be done. I give myself to thee. No matter how tough things may appear, God never fails. You and I, we all are living, breathing examples of that.
Oh, yeah.
Young people, I leave you with an old corporate saying that says, plan your work and work your plan. God bless.
Thank Ms. Glover for the occasion. She not only gave the occasion, but she also gave the venue for success. And we know that our graduates will heed to that. We will now have a solo by Junior Deacon Nathaniel Caldwell, followed by Demaris Jackson with a poem entitled Dreams.
Things go. Life is like a field frozen with snow. Thank you.
By Sister Ann Jackson.
I'm here to introduce our speaker to you this afternoon. She was the first place winner of the Burnett Baptist Church Scholarship Committee 1999 Annual Deb and Debs and Don Banquet. She's a member of Liberty Temple Baptist Church. She graduated from the Detroit High School for Performing Arts, where she majored in speech, theater, and she minored in dance and maintained a 3.9 grade point average. She received 2 First State Awards from Michigan Interscholastic Forensics Association for informative and oratorial speaking. The summer of 2000, she worked as a peer counselor for high school students at a program at Wayne State University. She attends the University of Michigan, where she's majoring in communications and she's minoring in Black theater. But most of all, she is a saved, God-fearing young lady who trusts in the Lord. I'd like to present to some and introduce to others our speaker for this afternoon, Miss Aisha D. Benson. Let's give her a hand as she comes.
Good afternoon, Burnett Baptist family. First of all, I would like to thank God who woke me up one more day. And I would like to thank all of you for having me once again. It is both an honor and blessing to be in your presence and to be asked to share myself with you. I would like to also offer my most sincere congratulations to each and every graduate here today. You have certainly accomplished a magnificent feat. To the persons here who just graduated from high school, I can definitely identify with your happiness. I reminisce on the great exhilaration and relief I felt as I walked across the stage graduation day. And to the people who have graduated from college, you are at a position in your life which I hope to reach someday. I look up to you. Thank you for being an example. There are individual goals and collective goals that we have, and we all know that through God, each of our goals are obtainable and within reach. We also know, however, that God oftentimes works for those who work for themselves.
That's right.
Thus, there are certain things that we as disciples should consider to ensure that our goals are met. I offer that the keys to achieving goals lie inside the word itself. G, give God glory. We all know that we would not have achieved the things we have if it weren't for God. And far too frequently, far too many people fail to acknowledge God's presence.
That's right.
Realize that God puts everyone and everything in your life for a reason, and it is all for your good. Psalms 35 says, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continuously be in my mouth. Bless the Lord not only when you get a good grade on the test, but bless him when you're studying for it. If you begin and end each day with a conversation from God, you will enjoy life more. Oh, open your own doors. So many people wait for opportunities to present themselves, but it is important to recognize your responsibility to provide your own chances to succeed. We, tomorrow's leaders who are at the threshold of the future, are presented with a plethora of resources simply for the taking. Meet as many people as you can and expand your knowledge of the world. Become politically involved. Vote. Know about what's happening in the world that you will someday run. Get into the NAACP, are involved in the church, or a club or activity that best suits your interests. Or find an internship that you enjoy and which will provide you with important information about the career you wish to pursue. And most of all, never place limits or conditions on your success. Appreciate opportunities, and if you don't seem to see any, make them. Doors will start appearing everywhere, and with faith, you open them. A, ambitiously overcome obstacles. As you travel along life's roads, you will constantly face obstacles. Some will be unrecognizable. A friend who wants you to go out when you should be studying. Bills that need to be paid, parents that you feel are pressuring you. Or bigger obstacles like failing a class, drugs, or alcohol. You either fail or you fight. You either give up or you get up. These are decisions that you will have to make. L, learn from life's lessons. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean it should be repeated. This is something that I'm definitely saying to myself. Take the events that happen to you and let them serve as a lesson. Good or bad. If you notice that when you study in your dorm room, you seem to get worse grades on your tests, then study somewhere else. If you know that when you start talking to a certain someone, you'll stay on the phone till 3 in the morning, talk to them on weekends. Learn what works for you and what doesn't. Learn who to trust and who to stay away from. Learn when it's time to be professional and when it's time to have fun. Think about what you do before you do it. Because in life, the test comes first and the lesson comes second. S, share yourself with others. Never get too successful to generously give back. People look up to you, whether you know it or not. Share your experiences, your advice, your trials, your triumph with other people. Your story may serve as an example to people younger than you. And if you touch one person, that will be enough.
Lord Jesus.
At school, if you get a concept or a problem and you feel confident about it, help someone else. There's no better way to reinforce or polish the skills you learn, and most of all, it just makes you feel good. Graduates, there are 3 things that we must never forget. We must never forget God. He is our creator and our supplier, our deliverer and our comforter. He is our friend and our father. He is the one that woke you up and brought you here today, and we must always give thanks.
Lord Jesus.
2, you must never forget where you came from.
Yeah.
Remember your families, your church home, and if you move away, remember Detroit. But on a larger scale, remember your people. Remember that you come from a long line of African kings and queens, a long line of perseverant people who endured unspeakable inhumanity and who fought with everything in them for you to have the opportunities that you do today.
Yeah.
Be proud of our ancestors and don't let this struggle be in vain. And thirdly, remember where you are going. Remember what you want to be. Always keep sight of your goals. Let them serve as a roadmap. If you always remember what you want to be, there are certain things you cannot do, certain grades you cannot get, certain people you can't associate with. Use your vision of your future as an affirmation to your success. Everything you wish for awaits you. Trust God, remember your past, envision your future, grasp your goals. You are destined for greatness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What a profound message for our graduates.
Yeah.
Not only our graduates, but those who will become graduates. Ms. Benson, it's really saying that you've accomplished a goal. But that's only to set another goal, to conquer even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will now have a solo by Ms. Jessica Clemens, followed by